Hey, Victor, welcome to another Cubit XP&A coffee break. Today I'm drinking a Nespresso vanilla coffee, but I had to put a Tacanto espresso shot on top because it just didn't have enough robustness for Victor Barnes. So, hey, what are you drinking today?
I've just got a plain old Keurig down there, but I do put it on extra robust for conversations like this in the morning.
So, hey, welcome to the coffee break. So great to have you on today. Just a little background on Victor. He's an independent board director at Chantel Corporation and an executive coach. He's going to talk a little bit more about that executive coaching today. Victor retired from the Coca-Cola Company in November 2020 after 26 years, where he most recently served as the global CFO of the McDonald's division, leading a global team that supported that customer in over 110 countries. Wow, big role there. Victor was also previously CFO of one of Coca-Cola's 17 global business units in Canada, and where he was a company officer. His team orientation and leadership style formed as an elite level basketball coach, where he mastered the art of unselfish play, acknowledging the assists, and winning as a team. Wow, good timing with the March Madness we're in the midst of. The result has transformed businesses' position to capture growth. With Big Four CPA plus internal audit experience at Disney and Coke, Victor has deep exposure to industries ranging from manufacturing, electric utilities, to real estate, entertainment, retail, and commodities. Wow, can you throw another couple things in there? He's also led post-merger integration and structuring companies like Coke's Africa bottler acquisition, and led multi-country teams on international tax and statutory governance. Victor's also led financial some of Coca-Cola's most strategic packaging innovations and has been a financial expert on deals with some of the company's most strategic partnerships, Disney, Major League Baseball, NBA, plus a litany of customer deals. So thank you again for your time, Victor. Today, I'd like to do a couple things.
Yes.
Let you explore a little bit about the XP&A digital transformation you led at Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to give you a little time to talk about your book coming out soon, Chasing Credibility.
Thank you.
Let's dive right in.
Got it.
Tell us.
And Dan, I'll tell you what, it's been a little while since I've had such a fun conversation on a topic that up until about the last 5 years of my career, I tried to stay away from deep P&L. I was all about the customer and all of the more glamorous things. But yeah, I want to get right into it. I know this is about being efficient. So if I may, I'll just go through some of these quickly. Absolutely. Any questions at me? Choices, as I would say when I would talk to companies around the world, choosing what to try to tackle first and when, so big. Do not try to eat the elephant in one bite, right? Right. One bite at a time. So that's what that relates to. We can dive into any of these. On allies, I was leading a transformation that was going to touch every business unit in the entire Coca-Cola ecosystem because McDonald's touches all of those. Can you imagine a scenario whereby I'm doing something that's really a great idea, but the CIO of the Coca-Cola company doesn't know anything about it? Getting him an opportunity to understand and believe and how it connects with what he was focused on, which was S4HANA, it was Hyperion, and how we're going to leverage these great investments. I can tell you how this work here fits with that. Finding a win for him had to be probably as important or more important than what we thought was going to be a win for the McDonald's team supporting our customer.
I totally agree with you there. And we have a concept that we've coined here at Cubit called composable solutions.
Yeah.
So if you go in and try to, eat the elephant and you don't have the IT support, and they've made large investments in core systems like Hyperion and like SAP HANA, you're going to fail. You're not going to. So surround that great technology with new technology that end users love and they'll use and gravitate to and drive, ROI on projects. And then ultimately you can, change the organization.
Absolutely. Yeah. On the third item, Dan, scope on the face of it may seem like it's really connected to choices, and it is, whereas choices is around who to involve. Are you going to try to attack, more than one problem at a time, et cetera? Scope is around the choices you make around how do you connect the initial work with the work that's going to come in the fourth quarter and thinking about it in chunks, thinking about the necessary requirements related to budget and approvals and all that. So scoping and choices are very interconnected. Talent, I would tell my talent, the work you do now sets you up for when the company's going to make restructuring choices, you having been on the leading edge of providing the ability for the company to leverage its investments in technology, you are going to be on the better side of those outcomes. And that's actually proven to be the case, Dan, with the people
Totally.
that live.
Totally agree on that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, stewarding the journey. I had this very rudimentary roadmap that spoke to, here's where we are, here's what we're going to do first, coming in the third quarter, here's where we're turning the corner, and then 2020 and beyond. So I'm dating when this work was done, leveraging AI and predictive analytics to do X. And it's so interesting, Dan, that now that I'm 4 years almost past that, I'm talking to my successor, who was on my succession plan when I was leading that global transformation. Where are you now? So I actually have the ability to do this post-analysis, even though I'm no longer there.
Are they using predictive analytics and AI much more broadly than when you were there?
Absolutely. It's from 0 to 100. Today, taking into account pricing, consumer pricing index, what's going on with availability of products, when they're going to be available, and being able to actually produce a P&L, basically, that you couldn't do then because it was too much data, right?
Yeah.
So going from volume to actually what's the gross profit associated with us selling this collection of categories and brands is night and day. Absolutely.
This is a fantastic summary of your journey at driving that digital transformation at Coca-Cola. So thank you for that. Let's talk about your book coming out, Chasing Credibility, Navigating the Path to Trust and Influence. Sign up for pre-sales at chasingcredibility.com. The byline here that I pulled right from your website, Victor, is the book explores the challenges and opportunities that arise as individuals strive to align their values with their professional aspirations. Tell us a little bit about this.
Thank you so much. And I want to go straight to the heart of how I believe this book relates to our topic at hand. And that is the ability to build sustainable innovation, sustainable digital transformation. And my test case for this, Dan, was having the opportunity to talk to my successor in my last CFO role about the transformation I led, which we discussed earlier. It was 4 years ago. And in my book about navigating the path to trust and influence, I am taking an approach that's about helping individuals find their way. My thesis of the book is sometimes we're so impressed by others that we dim our own light. And in doing so, the world misses out on our unique gifts and talents. And there are individuals making decisions about how they approach transformation who are trying to be credible, who are trying to actually do things in a way that overcomes the not invented here mentality. What are some of the things that I've experienced with that? So I bring those things to bear in my book. Knowledge is weapon. These things stand in the way of great decisions at companies all the time, haves and have not. So chasing credibility, 35-year career. And I look back and there's like this mind, body, and soul of how I think about my career. And I wanted to put that in pages. And that's what Chasing Credibility is about. That's what inspired me to write the book.
Unbelievable. I mean, that you're willing to share these experiences. And I went out and looked at 2 of your teasers. Chapter 1, Igniting to Belong. The byline there is, you can do this. I love that.
Yeah.
And then chapter 2, Never Mind the Gap. It's all about personal development. You can find these snippets out on LinkedIn. Go to Victor's LinkedIn page and you can see some of these teasers. And go to Chasing Credibility and do it and get signed up for pre-sale for the book.
Thank you.
This is fantastic. I mean, imparting 35 years of leadership. I mean, how valuable is that? I mean, you're crazy if you don't read this thing. So.
Thank you so much.
Victor, thank you again for your time today and your words of wisdom. The Cubit team wishes you the most success with the launch of your book. Please go out to LinkedIn and find Victor and sign up for a pre-sale at Chasing Credibility, Navigating the Path to Trust and Influence. Thank you again for your time today.
Thank you so much. This is super fun. I hope to do it again one day.